Welcome back, folks. We're headed down the road down here back to the lease in Georgia. Probably our last prep day before the opening of the bow season. It's September 5th, I think. Season opens on the 14th. I think I won't be able to make it down to hunt until around the 16th. So, what's probably the last prep day, I've got a whole wad of stuff back here in the truck. I've got a couple of feeders I've got to hang up. I've got the lawnmower going to mow down the campsite where we're going to have campers set up, and another two-person ladder stand to get set. Trying to get some things ready and getting our feeders off the ground, get them hung to where they stop being destroyed by hogs. One thing about this property we have determined, we have got a lot of wild hogs on this property. So we're going to take y'all along. Got a couple of mock scrapes made. Got another camera down here, Stealth Cam Fusion X. We're going to put on this mock scrape, see if we're getting any activity on it. Prep up a couple of trees that we've got located for climbing stands. So we're headed down the road, and I'll pick you up as soon as we get to the property. All right, well, we made it. I'm gonna get the lawnmower unloaded here and then get our campsite mowed down. This here's about where we're gonna put the camper. Just gonna cut this down, get this leveled up. This is kind of just where our main road comes in here. Road comes in, meets, one goes out that way, one goes back around that way to the north side of the property. So, gonna get this mowed. Might run out the roads, knock them down a little bit. And then drop the trailer off the truck, leave it sitting here. And I guess the first stop will be one of the feeders down here in a little bit. So, we'll go get that done. Let's get started mowing. Mowed campsite. I ought to make it a little bit easier about getting the campers in here and have a place to just hang out in the evenings. It's right here in the middle of the road. Unfortunately, it'd make a good place for a food plot, but it's the only place we've got to camp on this property. But that's got that part knocked down. Now then, I'm gonna go down here and start transferring around some of these feeders. I've got a tripod down here that the hogs have taken the motor off of. I'm going to take it off the legs, move it to another spot, rig it as a hanger, and then I'm going to put another hanger down here where this tripod's at. So when we get down there, I'll pick you up then. Well, project number 2 done. As you can see right here, we've got that bucket feeder hung, and it is, you know, surely a hog won't get that. I'm 6'4", so that motor's right there, 6 feet to the, or 5.5 feet to the base. And just when you work part-time and through the summer as a lifeguard, use the chlorine buckets when they run out. So we had a camera, it was back over here, but now we've moved our stealth cam back over here on this tree, get a little bit better view. And then we've got one of our ladder stands back up here on this tree right there. So, try to eliminate some of these hogs. And then what I'm gonna do is the legs that this tripod here was on, I'm gonna take them. I've got another tripod over on the other side, and hopefully these will extend it and get it up off the ground enough where I can use it as a tripod. But I'm going to take this 55-gallon drum on down here on the creek and replace a 30-gallon drum that's hanging, but the 30 gallons got some water leaks in it. So anyway, we're going to go do that. But I just want y'all to look at the hog rubs on the bottom of these trees. They've come in here. There was a sounder come in the other night on this tripod feeder. I think there was 23 in it. So we definitely have a hog problem. We're trying to get ahead of that. So gonna load this stuff up, go down to the creek. I'll pick you up when we get down there. All right, well, we down on the creek. And what I've got here is this 35-gallon drum right here, and it's not sealed on the bottom, so it gets moisture in it and makes it stop up. So I'm gonna change that barrel out. But I'm right here. I've got a creek comes down this way, and then another big creek, it comes this way. So we've got a forks the creek right here. And then I think what I am gonna wind up doing is maybe that white oak right there, either put a stand in it, or there's another pine right back kind of in there. It might take a little bit of creative cutting to get, I don't know, let's see, right there, kind of back in there, just right. So we'll try it and see. Don't know what we're going to do for the stand, but right now I've got a portable climber, because I've got to get up to that winch up there, let this one down, change it out, see what of the feed in there is salvageable, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to get busy, and I'll be back with you when I'm done. Well, we got the feeders and the stand done back down the creek down here. So while I was here in the area, I decided to walk up here. We've got another fork in the creek. This one goes back around kind of out on our front side. But coming in, gonna freshen up a mineral site right here. Maniac Outdoors Fuel the Rack. Best mineral product on the market. That's what we're gonna put in. And while we're here, we're gonna change the SD card in yonder camera. So we're gonna get this dumped out, get it pushed around. The other thing too, you might have seen that a second ago, you're wondering, why are you carrying a rifle down here and bow season's not even open? Well, we have no closed season on private land on feral hogs. And with the population that I've got down here, that's almost as much a protective measure as it is an elimination measure. We have got to get these hogs under control. Got plans for some traps after deer season. So we're gonna get this mineral put out. We're gonna get back down the creek, get everything loaded up down there where we had the stands and the other feeders, go back around and start back in toward the north side and get some more stuff done. Well, another project done, another mineral site freshened. Got mineral just right over here. And that's just in here kind of looking around, trying to figure out where might be a good place to come in and hang with a portable climber. There's several white oaks right in here. I just don't know how many acorns they're going to have on them. A couple of different ways to access this spot is there's a clear cut right up here, about 50 yards through the short pines. You come in on the creek, then here you have to come up, depending on the wind direction. Or I can kind of come, there's a ditch comes down right through there that comes in from that white feeder that we put up there earlier. So, not real sure what I'm going to do here, but I've got a cellular camera over here on this mineral site that's been getting several pictures. Not a lot on the mineral itself, but there's a trail comes right around the edge. A lot of travel, but it has been hot, and the deer have not seemed to be using on the mineral. But week before last, it really cooled down, and I had probably 2 different does and one doe with a fawn and a small buck that really started hitting this mineral hard. But then it got hot again and they quit. So we're going to let that camera run. We freshened the mineral side over here, but I had just kind of stepped across the creek and get right here. Look at where the pigs have been rolling that around. Got to get rid of some hogs in here. So kind of back up the creek up to there behind me. Not really sure how I'm going to hunt that. There's a couple of trees right here I may use. So anyway, on to the next project. we'll pick you up when we get there. Well, there's a modification of that feeder made. New motor put on it and a little feed in it, but the battery's dead. So I'll have to wait till I come back, but I'll just let that weight sit in there and see if I can let that thing push on down. I would say I'd like to see the hogs get this one now, but I'm afraid they'd take it as a challenge. This thing, I put the longer legs in it, and like I said, you know, earlier, I mean, shucks, I can stand completely under the actual barrel. So maybe they will not be able to get that one, but I really would like to keep this feeder running here, because you might be able to see right over in there is my ladder stand. I've got a ladder stand over there. I don't know if you can see it, but this is going to be a great place for the kids to have an opportunity. It's kind of right here in just a little, I don't know, this ain't even 1/8 of an acre. Little cut over, and the property boundary is right there, and there's some pastures and fields over there, and then this drops over. This is headed down to the creek, and then there's a ditch that actually heads up right here that goes down in the forks of a creek. And then I've got a mineral site down here we're fixing to go freshen up. And then I've got another mock scrape up here, and that's where we're going to put the other camera. But we've got the batteries changed out in that camera right there. It's ready to go, so we're going to put the top back on this thing, get the ladder out of here, and hopefully put a little feed on the ground to see what the hogs can do without turning this thing over. If they do, I don't know what we're going to do. I may have to figure a way to strap it to a tree or something. But got to get rid of some hogs. Got a hog problem. But we'll catch you up when we get down here to the next site. Well, there's the last project of the day done. Got the mineral site down here that was freshened up, and come up here. This was something I was really wanting to do. Is that tree right there is, I've got it marked for one to climb, but it has got a lot of poison ivy on it. So I went ahead and brought some shears up here and cut the ivy vines at the ground and cut some sections out of them and let whatever up in the tree die. And then while I was in here, you can see it's kind of thick. A lot of privet and stuff in here. I've cut down a few limbs and stuff, opened up some shooting lanes, but you can see back through here where all this in there, where it is so thick. Thought I heard a hog. There's old rubs up through there, and there's a good deer trail coming down right here and another one coming down right there. And when you just get to the other side of this privet thicket, it ain't more than about 75 yards up there to the property line. And then on the other side of the property line, it is big, wide open standing oaks. And I came through here, oh, I don't know, a month ago. And right here in this creek, it was wet. And there were some really good buck tracks coming through here. So, and then just right over here, I've got a mock scrape made, and that's where we brought that other stealth cam in. Got it hung up. It's watching that mock scrape. We're going to see if anything comes in. But we still just got hog sign everywhere. I don't know. These mud rub, just mud on all the trees. Just going to have to see if we can get rid of some of these pigs. See what we can come up with. So we are out of here. It is hot in Georgia again. See if we can get back to the house. Start watching for cameras and see what's going on. See if we can get some pictures down here. About 11 days from being able to bow hunt. So stick with us. It's going to be an interesting season. One thing's for sure. We are certainly going to have some target opportunities on pork. So smash that like button down below for me. Tell your friends about us. By all means, subscribe. Start keeping up with us. It's going to be a really, really good year. Iowa in November. So stick with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.